Hello and welcome to another episode of Tuesdays at 2. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I come on live talking about a different topic relating to career management. Career management is very, very important. So many people don't know how to manage their careers and totally ignore it. So hopefully you will be a regular attendee every Tuesday at 2 to learn something a little bit more about executive career management and the benefits it will bring you. So this is episode number 145. Yeah, 145. Hard to believe that. Of Tuesdays at 2. Today's topic is I have no idea on personal branding. I have no idea on personal branding. Now, before we get into the nuts and bolts of it, if anybody's got any comments, please, or questions relating to just career management, doesn't have to be related to today's topic, please put them in the comments below and I will answer them as we go through this episode. So I have no idea on personal branding. So you're not alone. So many people don't know anything about branding per se, whether it be corporate branding or personal branding, two distinct features. So I'm going to give you the 64,000 feet synopsis today of personal branding because if I come right down on the ground, I can be here for hours. But please feel free to ask any questions, not just relating to today's topic, but relating to something that may be on your mind about executive career management. So personal branding, what is personal branding? And you can ask 100 different people and they'll give you a sort of 100 different, slightly different answers. But generically, it's the process of defining and promoting what you stand for. Now, everybody on this planet is totally different. People don't understand what their differentiator is. So it's defining that differentiator. What makes you stand apart from Mary, Mark, or Paul, who are maybe in the same job race as you? They've applied for the same job. But why should I, if I was in a hiring position, choose you over that Mary, Mark, or Paul, the other candidate? So it's a differentiator. We're all different. You need to understand what is your differentiator. What is your value add? So many people don't know their value. So many people fail to sell themselves properly. I mean, when you go into a job search race, you are selling. You are nothing to do with supply chain, nothing to do with finance or any other function. You are selling yourself. So you need to get also into the sales mode. So what is your differentiator? What is your value add? Very, very important. Everybody has value. And so many people undersell themselves when they come to salary negotiations, or they even take a hit in good recruiting times like we are now, because they want to get to, they just want another job. But you don't need to go down. You can go level or you can go up. So I promote that as a coach, an executive coach and career coach. So what is your competitive edge? Now think about, well, why, if I was going to go for an interview, why should somebody employ me over all the other candidates? So what is my differentiator? What is my value add? Not you monetarily wise, but it's also the value, the skills, etc. Money just comes into it, the money, but the value you bring, but your skills. And everybody has different skills, and you need to highlight those in all your conversations and on your resume, your CV, and on your LinkedIn profile. So you need to articulate your personal brand everywhere you go, your differentiator. Why should I, if I was in a hiring position, choose you over Mary, Mark, or Paul? What is your competitive edge? How are you perceived by others? So this is a good question to ask people in your family, maybe not your spouse, you might get a different answer, but people in your family, acquaintances, colleagues and ex-colleagues, or other people in your network, ask them, well, what am I perceived for? What do you think I am? What do you think my brand, my value add? What is my differentiator? So give some thought to that, because what are you perceived? And you're going to get a whole wealth of information on what people perceive you as, and then you can document it and sort it and collate it and understand it. And then if you want to go back to those people, you can ask them, well, why did you choose, why did you say I was this, why did you say I was that? So this could be a great education piece. So when you're defining and learning about your personal brand, you are also going to learn a lot about yourself, and that's very, very important. The more you know yourself, the better it's going to be for you, not just for the company. So you need to learn yourself, your value, your differentiator. How are you perceived? So in a nutshell, personal branding increases your credibility, increases your value to an employer. So make sure you, when you come to draft and then articulate your personal brand, it's very powerful, it's very resonating, it seduces that defined audience where you should be networking in. So it's a resonating impression, and it improves your credibility, because we all have credibility, but that goes hand in hand with your value and your differentiator. So what is your credibility? So it connects you to your target audience. So when I coaching people about their careers and job search in particular, don't be like this. You need to be very defined in your audience, where you want to go, because executive recruiters don't want you to be like this or this. They want you to be very, very narrow. And then they can pinpoint you into slots that their clients have when their projects become available. So those people who market themselves across this way could be in career transition or job search for a long, long time. But those people who are very narrow, and if that doesn't work out, like the bullseye, then you go to the outer circle, and then you go to the next circle out. But that is part of your personal brand. What is your differentiator? So you need to understand what in your industry, in your profession, that people perceive you. What do they understand? What do they talk about you? What when you're out of the room? That's very, very important. If you were to leave, you were in a business meeting and you left that business meeting to take a call or something, what would your peers remaining at that business meeting say about you personal wise, not business wise, but personal wise, after you left that meeting? So it connects you with your target audience. So anybody got any questions? More than happy to answer them. It's very robust hiring. September's always a good month, and many people have come back into the job search foray after taking a break in the summer. I'm seeing a huge number of jobs come down the pipeline. There have also been some heavy layoffs, so we don't know where we are, but recruitment across the board is very robust, and that's what I understand and seeing with my clients and my network, because I network in that the recruiting environment to find to help my clients understand, well, where are the jobs and who's hiring and whatever. So unless anybody's got any questions or any comments, I will wrap it up this week. So hopefully you've got, those people who are listening got something to do with personal branding. What is your unique promise of value? What is your differentiator? What is your competitive edge? Why should I, if I was in a hiring position, choose you? So hopefully this week you're going to do something to think about your personal brand. Next week, Tuesdays at 2, is my current resume, my current CV was prepared in 2020. My current resume, my current CV was prepared in 2020. So I have a lot to say about that next week, because people tend to update their resumes and never bring it up to the current format, the current content, etc. So hopefully you're going to have a great week. Think about what I have said, your personal brand. Why should I, if I was in a hiring position, choose you over all the other candidates? That's it from 64,000 feet. Perhaps some time will come down, some other time will come down to the ground level where I can talk a lot more about personal branding. Have a great week. Manage your career.